Alright, it's Tuesday, August 4, 10:30 a.m. I was at my dentist and I have to go back in because I don't have an appointment, I found out, for next time. So there's this Boston police officer, female police officer, that was in the lobby like 2 hours ago at Tufts Dental School. I was hanging around, and now but when I left, she wasn't there. She was there at like 8 o'clock, and now she's getting back in there again. And this is the car she came from, I think. So we got that. It's some kind of police car, 21000. So I guess that's gotta be some kind of, yeah, it's a police vehicle, probably. And so I gotta get that. Oh, there she is. So I gotta do this. Yeah, I don't know why I have to deal with it here. But like a few times ago I was here and they had a Tufts University police officer in the elevator, and he had a gun too. So I don't know why they do that. All right. So I have to go back upstairs. I was just here.
Yep. Okay.
And because I don't have my appointment, I found out.
Why are you filming her?
Why do you ask?
Well, I don't understand why you're filming.
Do you have an appointment here, sir?
Yeah.
So do you have an appointment here?
Don't start that. Okay. So you know I was here before, right?
I did see you here before.
Okay. So I thought I had an appointment. I have to go make one. I found out. I thought I had 2 more appointments, and they told me to make an appointment. And I thought I already had one, but I talked to my wife. That's why I'm filming it. Did you hear what she did? You know, she starts up with like, do I have an appointment here? You guys, I asked you why she was here before. Someone said there was a traffic detail and she was just visiting. So why is she here? No? She's doing it again.
He had one earlier, but he doesn't. He's done now.
Sir, can you please leave?
No, I can't.
Excuse me?
Stop it. I'm supposed to make an appointment. They asked me to make an appointment.
Did you make an appointment up there?
No, I didn't. I thought I had one. And they told me to come back and make an appointment. You guys wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't filming her. And you see why I'm filming her, what she's doing. She's very threatening.
Sir, we're actually not allowed to be filming.
Okay, she's been harassing me. What's your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Chen, badge number 5215. Can I help you?
So, sir, I'm going to ask you to leave, please, because you can't be filming here. You're not allowed.
Okay, I can't be filming here. I need to go make an appointment. Can I go not film up there? I wasn't filming. I haven't been filming.
Well, you are right now.
I know, I haven't been filming when I went through my whole appointment.
I understand.
I came in here, okay? Now,
please turn off the camera right
I'm not
now.
finished. I'm not finished. I have to go. Listen, I'm trying to explain this. I had to make an appointment. If you could send her away, I'll stop filming.
Pardon me?
Could you just send her away and I can stop filming?
Sir, no, she doesn't need to leave the building. But
Oh.
if you continue, you will.
Wait.
Sir,
Yeah, that's it. I can stop now. Do you want me to stop? Can I stop filming?
please stop filming.
Yeah, I
Or else
said I'll
will,
stop filming.
And I'll have somebody escort
Don't
you
threaten me.
away.
I said I will stop filming.
But, sir, do it now.
You can't just give me a directive like that. It's very insulting. Let me, can I talk to you outside?
No. I'm sorry.
Okay, because I don't want to violate your space. I
Well, you
understand.
are, and I'd like
I
you to
know
shut
that.
up.
You just violated me. You just did a threatening
No, sir, I'm asking.
directive. I was just here going about my normal business. I had a dentist appointment and my mouth is numb from the dentist.
Are you filming? Sir,
What?
you're
No
filming.
one.
Are you filming me?
Yes, it's
Can you please
filming. Can I go upstairs with the camera off? You asked me to stop. That's why I didn't stop. I wanted to stop. I'm gonna stop. She's left, okay?
It doesn't matter. They will be
All right.
coming back.
What is your name?
You do not have permission, and I am not going to tell you.
Yeah.
So if you could call.
Yeah, I'd like to turn it off. I'm gonna turn it off.
And you will
I'm gonna
be
turn it
escorted
off.
out.
Can I turn it off and go make my appointment?
No, you are going
I can't
you
make
can
my
call-
appointment now.
No, you can call us.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna get. All right. What is your name?
Not right now, sir.
You're not gonna tell me your name, but you've
Not
been
as
giving
long
me
as you're
directives about the
filming
building. Okay. Is there any way I can?
No,
Can you see what your position
I
is?
can get you escorted out.
Can you
however.
tell me your position or any?
Not right now, sir. Please.
So if I was going to say a complaint about. All right. Okay. So I would just like to be able to keep track. You understand? I was only walking back in. I do this professionally. I do that. You know, and my friends do this. We've been
Sir,
trying to straighten out
please,
what's going on in the city.
please.
Oh, there we go. Tufts University. Hi, John. Yes, and I can show you the film later. I've had an appointment here, and if you want to step outside with me, that's fine, because I don't want to be in here filming.
Okay, go ahead.
It's on, and I can explain what happened. I can explain what happened, and I'll put this. This is going to be on YouTube. You can see the whole thing. Is it okay if I film you here?
Under control.
Can I film you here? This is okay, right?
9-10-1. What's up?
Do you feel okay with me filming you here?
What do you want? What do you want?
You're not answering me.
what
Can
you
you
need.
tell me if do you feel? Can I stand a little further away? Can we go over here? All right. Just stay back a little bit. Because I can't get the view. Okay. I might put this on YouTube so you'll see. I haven't been being unreasonable. I had an appointment. My mouth is numb, and I'm not really thinking that straight. Okay, I probably gotta wait a little bit before I drive, right? That's another thing. I'm just upstairs. I got all these fillings done. I thought I had 2 more appointments coming up, but my wife had give me the wrong understanding. So they told me I have to make another appointment after this. As I left, I said, no, I have another 2 appointments, and so I was trying to go back up to make another appointment. My wife said it's very difficult on the phone. She had to deal with them a lot, and they were upstairs wanting me to make an appointment. Okay. So the reason I'm filming is because that Boston police officer was here at like 8 o'clock this morning when I came in. Okay, when I left my appointment, she wasn't here. Okay, but then so I went back up to the parking garage. My wife told me, I have to make an
Your wife's
appointment.
upstairs now?
No, she's at home. I talked to her on the phone.
I thought you said she was upstairs making an appointment.
No.
I didn't hear you.
No, sorry. I talked to her on the phone. She said, no, I got to make an appointment because it's really hard to do on the phone.
Right.
So she sent me back in here, my wife, by phone. So when I'm walking by, I see the cop. She's got the car. It looks like an official license plate, 21000, like that. And she's going back in here. So I decided to film because I do this. I put this on YouTube before, and I know people that do this.
What's the purpose of it?
Oh, it's very important to show what goes on. Like if something happens with me, like if someone's rude or like the police are rude or do something really wrong, instead of it being something that just I feel horrible about, I'm bitter, it's like I put it on the internet and people are like, oh, what is that? Or, what I mean? It turns it all around, and so.
But she didn't say anything to you.
Not before all this with the filming, and I don't. I think it's really.
Not allowed in the building.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think she was saying things right. Now, earlier at 8 o'clock, I asked them why is there a Boston police officer in the lobby? So one of the people, they told me, this is what they answered me, that there's a traffic detail, okay, and that must mean she, that's all I heard. So it must mean like the traffic detail, she's just visiting, like kind of a friendly thing, hanging out, okay. So when I saw her coming back in there, I'm like, what the hell, man? It's like, why is You know, all this time being taken up, and then also it could be a threatening thing for some people. And so I got the camera. I filmed as I walked by her car. I filmed that, you know, when I was coming back in to make my appointment. So I have business. I got to make another appointment. You know, I'm just filming. So I filmed the car, and I came in, and I'm filming, and I told them, they remember me that I was just up here. I told them I was making another appointment. So it's like that. Initially I was just pointing the camera toward the police officer, and the staff here at Tufts Dental, they said, "Why are you filming her?" It wasn't like, "Oh, don't film in the building," something like that. You know, it's kind of like, "Why are you filming her?" When we got to get used to this, we got to be filming the police. You know what I mean? We got to all be.
You want people filming you all the time?
Oh man, you know, you got to get out there, dude. You got to look at the YouTube, man. I mean, you're cool, man. You'll be fucking come out fucking. You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a problem. No, I hate it. You got to get used to it though.
No, but
you got cameras everywhere.
You want that?
No, I want it, but once you get it, you got to jump
Out
in.
of your house, you want people out
Oh,
there
I got
filming
people
you?
filming. I got people filming, man.
Yeah.
You got people, you know, in the buildings they film. You know, you got like the you know, it's all. That's what we're in. We got to go through that, man. It's like, and we're gonna have to go. You have to go through to get out of this. You know, we're gonna have to, you know, film, because then it's like, you know, like, you know, people can lie about you. People can lie about you. You know.
Yeah,
You know.
If people aren't doing anything wrong, they don't want people filming
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
On YouTube, and then people see
Yeah, but they do stuff wrong. They do stuff wrong.
And people see them on YouTube, and right away they're gonna think, oh, they must have done something wrong.
No, that's, I don't know. I haven't heard anything like that. And because there's always a million arguments the other way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's also, dude, there's film. And if we don't do this, you know how everyone wears a mask now, and you never would have thought. You thought they would have freaked, right? You know, that's like fucking the apex, like George Soros shit, man. They're like, they're fine. You know, you guys can't tell who we are anymore. They like that. They want that, man. They know. You know, if I'm carrying my cell phone, they know who I am. And if I'm gonna be like really incognito or some, man, I'll be the guy without the cell phone pinging everywhere, man. And they'll track me, bum, 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 all way, and they know everything. You don't know shit, and they'll be just jerking it, man. You know, like it's not like we, you know, Black Lives Matter, Antifa. You know, we get in trouble with them too, just as much. You know, this crazy times we live in, and you know, people, you know, we gotta be. This is cool, man. I feel better, man. If I don't do this, I do all shit. I live in Marty Walsh's neighborhood, you know. Like I live where Marty Walsh grew up, you know, in this neighborhood.
Oh,
and so I've been fighting police corruption, cover-ups, this stuff from West Roxbury. They had, you know, they had. I don't want to just get into. I mean, it's like a fucking. My daughter was going to Boston Latin School, and they had the kids in West Roxbury. They were inviting girls over and raping them, basically. You know, it didn't happen to her, but she heard about it, and I was reporting it. You know, I reported like everyone. Marty Walsh got me a meeting too about it, but the police are covering it up. And if I go on about it, I gotta write it up against more, but like I'll sound like a bag lady. But I've had a reporter look at it. It's on FOIA. Their stuff is sorry, the Novocaine still, but yeah. So this is what I do. When I was talking to the cop, I didn't like the way she was reacting. She offered, like, you know, she's like, "What are you doing?" like that, you know. Not with their request. You know, you should have the building people request. You know, you should have a clear, like, complaint, like, this person's bothering me, this is my property, you know, this is, I think, someone trespassing, they kind of, you know what I mean, you know, it shouldn't just be them and me, not necessarily getting along, because I'm the customer, I have a right to be here, this is paid for, you know, all the health insurance, all regulated, you know, I should be able to, like, have a back and forth and say, you're wrong, and I think I'm a jerk, you know, and, like, as long as it doesn't look like someone, you know, something that could go wrong. And how could it? She's watching, right? The police. It should be wait for one of us to say, like, what should we do? I'm irritated or something. And I should be able to be irritated, you know. But it's just that, you know. But I had to do this, man. I had to pick up my camera. See, if I didn't, I'll hate myself, man. You know, I could have just gone up and made an appointment. Now,
You gotta understand, some people don't agree with being filmed all the time either.
yeah, but it shouldn't be cops, though. You know, we got and especially what she does. That cop was like, oh my God, they all deserve it. Once you see them on film, that's the thing. It's cool, like if they disagree, but if you can see, like in retrospect, oh yeah, they should be filmed. You know, the way they reacted and everything.
Well, some people don't like being filmed.
Yeah, I know, and we don't like being in a police state. No, this is horrible, man. You know, this is so gruesome. Now, why do they have you with a gun? You know, Tufts University,
They have a
police.
police department.
But what's the politics? Why do they have to have that? You know, I'm kind of thinking,
Well, because that's the way it is.
yeah, but why is it that? Why? Like, I think it is.
What do you do for work?
See, that's the thing. You know, that's not really relevant. You know.
What if I said to you, well, whatever you do for work,
Yeah.
why do they have you? What, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this is what I do for a living.
Well, I'm doing this
You
for
know,
work
so
right
you're-
now.
you're
I'm
telling
doing this
me-
for work right
Now
now.
you're telling me that,
Yeah.
Tufts University shouldn't have police.
Oh, actually, dude, like YouTube kind of like they upgraded my channel once. Like after I had this thing with the police, it's funny, man. Like I'm not monetizing. I don't get that many views, but my other dude is. Like they get paid. You know, that's like fucking. But you guys have they get a police force. I think because they don't want it. They want to be able to not have to call the police. Is basically it. You know, it's not just like the universities, because this goes back to the 80s and shit and before. You know, it's not just they don't want to call the police. You know, everyone else has to rely on that. Us peasants, you know, but the university gets their own privileged police with their, weapons and, oh God, they can go to court and like, it's like, yeah, but I don't get to have a police force, and it'd be some entangled thing. They get the special license to have armed police, and that's one that's pumping out all this Antifa, all the bad part, the universities and all the Black Lives Matter when they're, just pushing like kind of the bigotry agitation, that's the universities, man. They're like, right up, wrecking the streets. You've seen how it's been, right? Like out in, I knew that stuff was coming on in Seattle. I watched it. That's like really bad, man. But, and the same universities get a police force. Yeah, like, some of us, it rubs me the wrong way, like I just can't deal with it. I just can't. And some of us, and then also.
It's like anything, right? Some people are going to agree with it, and like you disagree.
Yeah.
So who's right, who's wrong?
Yeah, the thing is, and so we struggle it out. What I find is I have way more willpower to it and everything like that, when it goes wrong. Because, and then you'll have to go, or someone, you'll let it go, or have to be like, well, what's her job? It has to be like that. Like, why am I doing this? You don't have the will. Man.
What if somebody said to you, well, we don't need, whatever you do for it, we don't need that.
Yeah.
What if
But it's the money, dude, it's the money. We have what, the mental willpower and all that is on our side on the street, like the ones that are upset. Dude, I can't I try to get the police to, if someone just hit me or something, certain things, some political thing, I could be out and fuck would just come punch me in the face. I try to tell the police they wouldn't do shit, man. They probably wouldn't.
You don't know that.
Oh man. Like, well, enough
that.
of the time. Well, I've had experience of that. I've had experience where they won't. Well, that's why, and like it could be bullshit. I could be lying, or I could be not like a good expert witness, right? But then I have the camera, right? And so if anything happens, like, man, there's this dude in like Seattle or Portland. It's really cool. He does auditing, police auditing, and he's like a lawyer. He really talks it, and then he'll also just cuss out the police in this horrible way. It's weird, and then they love to talk to him because he's like, this legal stuff, and it gets kind of weird and philosophical about really it's like you're, some crazy professor, and he's out there every night filming because they have a weird party scene, at least before the virus, but he does this thing, like if the police say, stand back, you know, there, and it's not a legal order, but it is an order, he complies. And then he goes into his cussing mode, is like a punishment, he talks about it. And he just, man, he pushes this stuff and it's whipped. And then the cussing, it's not like bad, you know, I mean, it's like bad, but it's not like, oh, is that violence or whatever. Dude, I'm on this video, I have this YouTube channel, like, Loads of Crumb. You know, if you look up state police diaper rash, you know, I got a $25 ticket for a police diaper rash. That's one of the YouTube videos. You'll find my channel. And then the other is like, you know, where all the Boston police, I cussed out the Boston police like all over this one night when they're having, before the protests. Then Antifa jumps me, calls me a fascist. Maybe because I have a red cross on my shirt, like the Knights Templar. Yeah, the Knights Templar. I love this guy. There's a YouTube channel that is into it. Yeah. And so like it's like, oh man, I just shut him down too. Like one girl I knew from, or she was at Occupy Boston. So I must know her, but and that was cool. And then I went back up to the city hall and went right up behind the things. But I've dealt with those guys before. But like, can't remember exactly what I was going to say. But yeah, oh, you know, you look in Israel, the Hasidic Jews, like there's certain ones with the beards, okay? And they're against the state of Israel because they're hardcore, like they don't like the state. They didn't want any violence. They would have just gone in and been like, they never would have hit anyone to be Israel, and like if it doesn't work, you know, they get this whole thing, and they wish they were back in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, you know, Poland, Ukraine, you know, the good old days. Like, it's like, but they do, oh man, they're just out on the street and they argue, they complain, and they come up like that, and the police are just really aggressive on them, but they have a thing back and forth, and the police will just, it looks really bad, you know, until you realize, like, police hit them, I mean, like, push them, go up, really slam them, knock the guy down, it looks really bad, and he has to get back up, and, you know, they throw their shoes, they do their, they don't play soccer, and they look like penguins and stuff like that, you know, but then the police will pick up their hat and stuff like that, and the police will, you know, these guys, the police have done something, you know, hit them, knocked them down, you know, and those, the Orthodox Jews are calling them Nazi, police Nazi, all kinds of shit like that, but the police will bend down, like, not even think someone's going to hit them on the head or anything like that, right? You know, after they've been having a horrible bitching fight. It's like a family thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, I realize with police, it's kinetic. They have to, like, if you go with these guys, because they're professional, like they're sumo wrestlers, the protesters, you can't, if you go like this, the guy just leans back, you know what I mean? You know, you can't, you just wear yourself out. You have to have a kinetic thing to knock them some way. Otherwise, you lose, and they get big guys too, so. But I noticed that in my one video, I'm cussing out all the cops, and then some county says, like, I'm up here at City Hall, and they're like, hey, you get to do this, you know, and I'm talking about the real shit. There's real corruption, really bad shit, because happened with my daughter, you know, like, but I'm like, shut the fuck up, really loud. And now, when I looked at it, you know, when I first looked at the video, I looked at it, and the police just posture, tense, and like that, you know, and movement like that. You know, it looks like it could be something bad on me. But as I look at video, again, you could go look at it, you know, Boston police, someone cussing Boston police, something like that, you know, and then the Antifa, you know. It's like, they're looking at any crowd that might rush me, any of these hellbillies. They're not even afraid of me. They're like, you know, they don't, like, I just look up, they don't think it's a fighting word. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I don't even know them yet, really. You know, it's already, I'm in the zone, man. I'm in the zone. That's what I'm trying to achieve, you know? Yeah. Like, yeah. Hey, thanks for talking to me, man. So maybe you could tell those guys, you know, what happened. I only came in there because the cops in there. I don't know why. Do you know why they have a cop, Boston police, that goes in there?
She's working for the construction company.
Okay, so she doesn't have business there. Okay, there she comes in.
Construction's working here, so.
Oh, she's like, oh, on the pay detail for that. Oh my God, man. Because they gotta do this stuff. Man, when they, the sex crimes unit, involving children, once they're dirty all the way, I flipped, man. I lost it, man. These chicks, they would never ask my daughter the who, what, when, where. I have allegations. It's on. You can do. They did a reporters did a FOIA request. I've been complaining. Marty Walsh got me a meeting about this. Okay, my daughter was never questioned who, what, when, where. She's the one who got helped get that black kid turned in at Boston Latin School. That's what the NAACP used. Like, why was the black kid? You know, he's a really bad though. You know, he shouldn't be in college now, man. Like, he actually is bad. But he got kicked out and back in. You know, and I know the lawyers that get him back in because I was on this committee on the Code of Conduct Advisory Council. We wrote the code for Boston Public Schools. But there's a reason why they triage for these felons. You know what it is? It's like, you know, when they get the felon back in, the rapist, it's like the school doesn't look bad. It's not like you lied, you cheated, you framed the kid. It's like, you're a rapist. Oh, we're forced to bring him back in. Or, oh, we're so merciful. Look what a great society we have in. Even he's rehabilitated. You know, either that or this forced. And so they look good and they all kiss each other's ass, man. It's all a cover up. And meanwhile, these girls get thrown out, man. Thrown out of school, shirked around for just, you know, gum chewing basic and fake stuff, you know. You know, and then these girls they get shut down in, you know, East Boston. They don't even get a bus pass, you know. Like, you don't even get you just get a school bus pass if you're in West Roxbury. I mean a T-pass, right? And in West Rocks, you know, in East Boston, they got a local school there. You know, like, I mean, because the West Roxbury, they go to school at BLS or wherever, you know, and they get the T-pass. They get news on weekends. You know, in fucking East Boston, they can get locked in there, you know. But yeah, once they did that, these nice female cops, and you know, they're at the school, and they intimidated my wife and my daughter. They told them that it's not just the one dude, because all the shit was breaking out. Like, they were telling on some kids and the cocaine dealer kid, but it's like they just suppressed it, man. And once it's, you know, because I'm thinking it's like guys like me, like, you know, people think, oh my God, is he strong? Could he hit someone? You know, but once it's, and you can say, okay, and you know, you have dirty people, dirty cops, certain lying civilians that'll like push that, right? But once it's that girl stuff, it's like gone for me, man. You know, because I know, you know. Hey, I'll see you later, dude. Thanks for talking to me. Hey, that was fucking good, man.